Hi, this is Chef Remy. Some of you have asked me to make rice pudding with just milk, not like the other videos that I've made. This is much simpler, and I'll show you what I mean. Here's some of the ingredients. We have Valencia rice. Of course, you could use regular rice if you like, but this is more creamy. And we have whole milk. Make sure it is whole milk. Some sugar. We're going to use the zest of some lime, a cinnamon stick. That's what the package looks like. Some salt, vanilla extract, raisins, and later on we'll sprinkle some cinnamon. Here's some measuring devices and a heavy pot. Make sure it's a heavy pot when you're working with milk. That's the best kind of pot to use. Alrighty, so let's get a half a cup of sugar going here into a bowl. You know I like to put everything in bowls beforehand. An 1/8 teaspoon of salt. 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract. And 3/4 cups of the Valencia rice. You could use some short grain rice as well. This is just very creamy though. Alright, now we're going to use the zest of the lime, making sure that we don't have any of the white. And you'll see what I mean. We'll use 2 of these little strips. Let's look at it. See, there's no white there, which would make it bitter. 4 cups of whole milk. And there's our lineup. I like to have everything ready to go. There's the rice, the vanilla extract, and a cinnamon stick, by the way. We want to make sure that we have 1 cinnamon stick, very important. A couple of pieces of the zest, the salt, the sugar, and the whole milk. And there's our pot ready to go. So let's get started. Now when you're working with milk, you want to get the milk hot first, so we're going to use medium-high heat. Later we're going to turn it down so far down that it's almost negligible, because it has a way of rearing up on you and spilling all over the stove. Now here we've been adding all the ingredients one by one, and then we're going to give this a really good stir, because we want to get rid of the graininess of the sugar. We want to get the sugar blended into the milk very well. Now here's a couple of different paddles you could use. These will be able to get to the bottom later on. That's going to be important. So we're getting rid of that graininess, and then we're turning our stove on and making the heat medium-high. And we can cover it, but you have to stay close with this. Believe me, it will surprise you if you're not careful. Now I'm going to show you how you can tell when it's hot. You'll have little tiny bubbles around the edges, and it'll start to bubble a little bit. That's when you want to turn your heat way down to almost nothing. And just kind of, for a reference, set the clock for an hour. You're not going to use the whole hour, but just for a reference. See how much time has gone by. So we have it covered. Now here we're going to take some raisins and soak them with 2 tablespoons of very hot or boiling water and 2 tablespoons of rum. Put the raisins in there and let them soak for a couple of hours, like so. Later we'll drain that and mix it in with the rice pudding, if that's what you like. Okay, let's uncover it now, because it's boiling, and turn the heat way down low. And this is where you kind of have to stay with it every once in a while. Make sure that you give it a stir, reaching down to the bottom, and after a while it's going to thicken up. Now see, that's how much time we have left on the hour, so really it hasn't taken that long. And when you can see the bottom after a good scrape, that's the time to take it out. See, just like that. See the bottom there? There you go. It's ready to go. Now, you can serve it hot or you can refrigerate it. And I prefer to refrigerate it. So I'll put some in a couple of these bowls like this. Put it in the refrigerator. And later on, I'm going to take a big scoop and serve individual scoops with the raisins and maybe sprinkle some cinnamon on there. Well, not maybe. I will put cinnamon on there. It makes a big difference. So here we're going to drain our raisins and put them in a little bowl like so. If you're going to disperse them into, you know, the little bowls like this right here, like so. There's our big scoop. And with the raisins, sprinkle the cinnamon. And it's nice and cold, and there you have it. So this is a very basic, simple rice pudding. Should be very easy for you to make, no problem at all. So this is Chef Remy. Thanks for watching, and if you get a chance, go to my website. I have 2 other recipes for rice pudding there. Thank you. Bye-bye.